two travel agents with an ocean-sized obsession for small ship cruising.
Get ready as we inspire you to sail beyond the brochure.
It's the ship less traveled. Well, good day, everybody, wherever you're tuning in from. I'm Dave Wentworth with DestinationWhatever.com.
And I'm Lorraine McCowart with Bespoke Cruise Holidays.
And we're here as your host today for the ship less traveled. And today we're going to delve into a topic that I know a lot of people have questions about, whether you're a first timer or a seasoned sailor. We're going to dip our toes into river cruising. And what better than to hear about a river cruise? Lorraine, I heard you've been on one.
I've been on two.
Two. All right, well, we're going to talk about one in particular today because I know here in Canada, one question that's very common for me to hear, especially from first-time people, what river do I start with? And there's really no right or wrong answer. But in the Canadian marketplace, the two top choices, Rhine and Danube. And so we'll be talking about one of those rivers today.
Same here in the UK, Dave. The Danube and Rhine seem to be the number one spot for first-time river cruises, and we'll tell you why in a minute.
Well, let's get started with our trip down the Danube. The Danube River starts in Europe, of course. It's one of Europe's best waterways, and a lot of embarkation points can begin around Germany, sail through Austria, through Hungary, and all the way to Romania. There's actually quite a lot of river cruising you can do there, a couple of weeks on the Danube. Lorraine, what parts of the Danube did you do? Let's hear about your trip.
Oh, it was fabulous. One of the best holidays ever, actually. We took our first river cruise was quite a few years ago, from Budapest in Hungary to Passau in Germany through Austria. It was just amazing.
Well, that itinerary, I know as a travel agent, is one that a lot of first timers will do. It's a classic. What made you choose this one?
Ultimately, it was the fact that I've always wanted to go to Vienna
Mm.
and Salzburg in Austria, and the river cruise touches on both of those cities.
What time of year?
We went in August. So yeah, peak season. It was very hot. Fabulous, fabulous for walking around the cities. You know, as long as you keep your hydration up, it's a good time to travel.
Well, take us through an average day on the river cruise.
So you generally wake up in the morning quite early because the excursions are included and they start fairly early. So you want to get up, you want to get eating your breakfast and get out along with your small group, because they take you to not only UNESCO World Heritage sites and big tourist sites, but also two little known gems that you probably wouldn't find on your own. So you definitely want to grab those shore excursions with English speaking guides and headsets that you have in, so that your tour guide's talking through your headsets, so you don't have to constantly be on top of your tour guide. You can be looking at a shop window or looking at something beautiful and still have your tour guide in your ear. It's all really flexible, because my husband and we're quite independent travelers. So we'll get everything done on the tour that we want to do, and then we'll tell the tour guide that we're going to head back to the ship on our own, and we'll walk back to the city on our own. We found little markets we can go in and stop and get some cheese and some local spirits and ice cream, and take a nice slow wander back to the ship. And then it's lunchtime. You can have your lunch on or off the ship. That's up to you. If you want to sit in a restaurant in the town or city you're in, that's up to you. And then the afternoon, they have optional afternoon excursions that you can book yourself onto if you want, or go out and do your own thing for the afternoon. Or take advantage of the ship's facilities. Most of them have swimming pools. They have a gym or a spa, a hot tub. There's plenty to do on the ship if you want to make use of the ship's activities, if you're not in the mood to go back out after an early morning start. Either way, it's up to you. And then you have a fantastic evening meal where the food is all locally sourced. Menu options are plentiful, catering for almost everybody and every diet. And then, wine and beer is poured freely throughout your lunch and dinner. And then you have your evening. So an evening is spent in the lounge where they may have this is where it gets, they love doing stuff with local people. So they're bringing a local dance troupe or a local band or local entertainers. Just low key. They're not big cruise ships. They're tiny, 150 people, thereabouts on the European ships. And, or they'll have a quiz for everybody to join in, or you can go to the bar or sit in the pool, you know, the world's your oyster. It's
So many
your
choices.
holiday. It's your holiday. You can do as much or as little as you like. In towns and cities where you just step off the ship and you walk, and there's the Eiffel Tower, there's the Chain Bridge in Budapest. It's your own little boutique hotel parked in the middle of the city.
Where we hear what your day's like, it's very full on about being in the destination and experiencing every moment. You're not wasting time dealing with logistics.
You're not spending time traveling to each destination. Your ship is your transport and your hotel. So, they generally cruise at night when they go past all the not so nice bits of the country. Some cruising will be done throughout the day if there's particularly beautiful scenic places you can see en route. But generally, most of it's done at night. So you wake up in the morning on your new destination, you're ready to go off the ship in the city.
Was there a moment on your trip, maybe an experience or a moment on ship where you just said OMG, like a wow moment?
Oh, the cruise line I went with, Uniworld, my first cruise. Everything about them is the wow factor. Their ships are individually decorated and designed with Red Coronation Hotels, a little boutique hotel company. So every single ship you walk onto of theirs, and I've been on a few on ship tours and things, everyone is different, and it really is. It's plush furnishings, it's luxury to a high standard. And back when I went, they weren't even fully all inclusive. They are fully all inclusive now. They are top end, high luxury cruise line. And they weren't back then, but even I was wowed, and we've never been on a ship like it since. But yeah, I was wowed by the whole experience. I didn't know what to expect. I'd done a few, ocean cruises by that time. I had never been on a river cruise. I didn't know what to expect, and the whole thing wowed me, honestly.
So, by experiencing it, did any misconceptions you might have had melt away?
Yeah, absolutely. I thought, because it less passengers, as I said, 100, about 150 people on the European ships. I thought it'd be like stuffy and I didn't know what to expect regards to that. I just thought everyone would be on top of everybody, and I thought the tours would be rushed, and but it's really nothing like what I expected. You get to sit where you like at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That it's open dining, so you can sit with different people every night, evening, and mingle, which is really great. Everyone's doing something different, optional tours, or on different shore excursions, because even the shore excursions which are included, there's slow, medium, and fast-paced groups. So you all go off in your different groups, and the evenings are just fun. They're really fun, a great chance to mingle, have a glass of wine or two, get involved in what's going on the ship. It just wasn't stuffy at all.
In your opinion, who do you think is the ideal traveler for a Danube River cruise? Who's it suited
Oh, everybody. In a nutshell, river cruises are great for solos because of the passenger capacity. Everybody mingles amongst each other, and you go out together and you're looked after from beginning to end. It's great for couples, as I found out with my husband and I when we went. We've done two together. And it's also great for groups, because they have special interest cruises also throughout the year. So you can turn your hobby and your passion into, a river cruise.
I've seen more and more of these niche and specialized river cruises coming up. I've seen some yoga ones where you can do yoga as you're floating down the rivers. That looks
Yeah,
really cool. And
yeah.
yeah, food, wine, music lovers. I think I even saw one recently where there was an interior designer, so you can learn about interior design if that's your thing. I think if you are a person listening to this, you're thinking about getting into river cruising, a travel agent is your best friend. Of course, we're two travel agents, so we would love to be your BFF and help you out with that. And I think we can help because there are a lot of options out there and they're all fine options. One isn't necessarily better than the other. It's about helping cut through the noise and matching you with the right river cruise. And that also includes solo travelers because it's important to highlight a number of cruise lines offer solo cabins and we can help you navigate to those solo cabins. So these are designed for you. And as Lorraine said, there's lots of ways to mix and mingle as a solo traveler, so you don't have to worry about feeling alone on one of these things. So if that sounds good to you, you'll need to get in touch with us. That's the first step. You can reach out to me. I'm Dave Wentworth with destinationwhatever.com. That's my website where you'll find all my contact information. And if you're on social media, you can find me on Facebook at Destination Whatever Travel. Lorraine, how can they get in touch with you?
Yeah, you can find me through bespokecruiseholidays.com/luxury cruise holidays. I'm also on Facebook and other social sites, and we're always at the ship less traveled.
You bet you are. You bet we are. And we just want to say thank you to everybody who's been joining our group from both sides of the Atlantic and who are telling your friends, let's keep that going and let's keep this ship sailing. Well, until the next time we get to see you, take care, everybody. Bye for
Bye,
now.
everybody. Bye.
Curious about small ship cruising and ready to start planning? We're here to help plan your next voyage, whether you're a first timer or a seasoned sailor.
If you're in the UK, I'd love to hear from you. You can find me at bespokecruiseholidays.com/luxury cruise holidays or visit my agency's Facebook page. Let's plan something unforgettable.
I'm in Canada and cover North America. Visit my website, destinationwhatever.com, or connect with my agency on Facebook. Let's get you on board, literally.
If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Click on those like and subscribe buttons and please share us with your cruise-loving friends. Support our channel and let's keep this ship sailing.
Thanks for coming on board. Until next time, this has been The Ship Less Traveled, where small ships lead to big adventures.